Hold on, I'm thirsty.
Come on, Thirsty, we're on a roll here, you know? Got places to be, people see.
However, very, very pleasant reading. 73 up in the Goodland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 over by the good folks.
Welcome to our first ever Q&A. Hopefully I pointed to the right part of the screen. Today we're going to be answering questions that you guys asked. Thank you so much, by the way. I wasn't expecting like that much of a response. Probably like what, like 5 questions maybe. We were hoping to get enough questions to make a video, and you guys just asked away, and I appreciate it. Let's get started. First question is from Fernando. What's up, Fernando? Appreciate the question. Fernando, home uniform, away, alternate. What uniform are you picking from what year, or you know, would you leave them how you are? Basically, I believe what he's asking is, what's your favorite uniform out of all the Charger uniforms ever? And then what would be like your mix up of, I guess, current stuff?
Mine is easy, powder blue.
Powder blue?
Yeah.
But which powder blue?
The like old school.
Old school?
Yeah.
See, that's gonna be my answer too. The old school 1960s era powder blue with the numbers on the side of the helmets.
Yeah.
Classic. To kind of like double up on that, here's what I think. I think the Chargers home jerseys, those navy on navy jerseys, I think those should be their new home jerseys, like permanently. Away, white on white. I don't like the mix match blue and white. I think the all white and the all blue just pop more. I like the color rush, so obviously you got to throw color rush in the game. They either wore or they are gonna wear powder blues. They are gonna wear powder blues twice this year. I think they should start doing one alternate where it's like the current jersey scheme with powder blue, and they should do one game where it's the 1960s jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to bring those back, man. I know there's a whole rule with like, you can't change, you have to wear the same helmet the whole season for like player concussion safety, so you can't change, you can't paint the helmet different colors, which kind of sucks. But you can still wear the 1960s because it's still, anyways. Lucas asks, well, he has a couple questions actually. Okay, first, do you re-sign Verrett? Mind you, the Chargers have picked up his player option going into next year, so he will be a Charger through 2018. Do you re-sign him after 2018?
I have to see 2018 first.
I gotta see, he is a tremendous talent and unfortunately just injury stricken. And I honestly think his knee injury this year is not his fault. I think he came back when he wasn't ready, so keep him.
We'll see. If
the Chargers win the division and they get a home playoff game, what do you think that turnout will be like? Because you know the Chargers haven't really got the best home field, they don't have a home field advantage. They have all the away games. But if they win the playoffs, you think people show up? I
think because it's the playoffs, but I don't necessarily think for our team.
You think yeah, that's the question, that's the real question.
That, you know, people are gonna get their money's worth of what the reason why they bought the tickets in the first place, yeah. Yeah. But for the other team.
Gotcha.
I don't think, yeah.
You don't think there'll be Chargers support?
No, see, I think there will be, and it'll be like those ones that are like, you know, ride or die. You know what I mean? But I think majority, just like how it used to be out here, is gonna be the other team.
Yeah, no, I think like Tanya said, the ride or die, the true diehard Charger fans will be there, won't miss the playoff game for sure. But I think those 50-50 fans that like want to go because it's playoffs, I don't think you're gonna get that. So yeah, I do think it's gonna be like a half and half for the other team and half for the Charger fans. I think there will be more Charger support. But and then Lucas also with a 3-part question, also a Padres fan?
Yes.
Yes. Although I'm kind of split between Angels Padres because I'm like halfway between.
Padres.
Our good friend Nuts and Bolts, who constantly just has us cracking up on Twitter. Why did I think this whole time you were Hispanic? Where are you guys from? So, to answer your question, we are Hispanic. I'm like whitewashed Hispanic. I'm actually 3/4 Mexican, 1/4 Scottish. I need to check my lineage. You want to talk about what you are with the people?
I'm mixed, so yeah, I'm just a mess. So this is what I've been told, okay? But I should probably do like one of those tests to find out what I really am. Right. But Mexican, Italian, white, Japanese, Hawaiian, and German.
Oh my God.
That's what I was told. So that's what I'm rolling with.
Okay. So World Cup rolls around, she can root for anybody. Like,
I win. I'm just like I have a good ratio.
A good ratio. Got a good chance either way. And then Nuts and Bolts also asks, how many times a month do you guys see each other? So For those of you who aren't in the know or a little bit newer, we have a little bit of a long distance relationship. I live in Orange County. I struggle to say that word. I live in Orange County. She lives in San Diego. When we talk about like driving up the 5 or here or there, you'll notice some of the videos at the end of them, they'll have like Orange County 2017, San Diego 2017, or wherever we filmed it. So we see each other, what, 2 times a month minimum, I think. Depends,
yeah. Like it depends if we take time off or we have something planned. But if we don't have like plans and we're just kind of like, it's more so him because I have every weekend off, but he doesn't. So we kind of plan around his schedule and then go from there. It's definitely like who wants to drive and who doesn't, because like most of the time I'm like, oh God, I don't know.
I'm a better, all right, toughen up. Let me just hop in the car and drive long distance. When we went to Vegas, I drove the whole way there, whole way back. Let's just put it that way.
In my car.
I still drove. Last question from Nuts and Bolts. How soon after you guys started dating did you start taking Tanya to games with your season tickets? AKA, how soon did you know she was the one? So
that's a question for you.
That's a question for me. So again, for those of you not in the know, my family had Charger season tickets my entire life up until this year when they relocated. I met Tanya at Chargers mini camp 2008. So we met because of the Chargers and like because of that stuff. I would always go to games. She lives down in San Diego. So she would just kind of be at the games and we would hang out at the games. So it's kind of tricky because a lot of times I didn't need to take her with my season tickets. She was already just kind of there with her sister Tree. So it's like, you know, that didn't happen right away. But I think when the opportunity presented itself, when my dad started to kind of get burnt out, not in the sense that he wasn't a Charger fan anymore, just of like, you know, he hit his 50s and it's like, yo, I can't be driving down to San Diego and back up every other weekend. I'm just tired. So, you know, you take Tanya, you guys have more energy, you guys have fun, I'll just watch the games at home, it's cool. And yeah, that's pretty much when that started happening. For the record, I've never taken another girl to a Chargers game, so.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it, what? You know, let's attack Derek, like, come on now. Leslie. Hi, Leslie. Leslie asked, what snacks will you have on a rainy weekend? Now, see, this is interesting. The part that you threw in the rainy part, because I feel like naturally us, it's like Arizona and chips. Like that's go-to, like,
But wait a minute, you know, what, like snacks though, like you're talking about like nachos, like.
Oh, I do love me some nachos. So not an entree. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
not like a meal dinner. Like what was it? Like something you put on a plate on the table and everyone around can just grab and go. Or if it's chips, or if it's pistachios without the shells. Because I know you like those.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a rainy day. It's not like a normal afternoon. It's not like today.
Ooh, on a rainy day? That's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, you know what? Like, ooh, like a Cinnabon with like the white extra like sauce stuff on top of it. Like dripping and melting. And
like a side of like extra icing so you can like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So a Cinnabon, is that what you're going with?
On a rainy day?
On a rainy day.
And some like.
I'm watching you like taste it in your mouth.
And like maybe some like hot chocolate. With extra marshmallows.
What she said, Cinnabon with hot chocolate.
That's on a rainy day.
On a rainy day.
Any other day, girl, let me tell you. I got way too many snacks. We'd be here all day. I cannot pick one. I'm a snacker, so.
I'm about to say, Tanya's the type of person that gets the sampler platter that just has like a little bit of everything, like appetizers, like.
Yeah, I don't like committing to. And if I do commit to like one thing, it's like I need, you know, the extra like salsa and chips, some french fries on the side with some dip, you know, I need that extra
or like some spinach artichoke dip or something. Oh man,
honey,
we haven't had breakfast yet, so we're hungry.
Ooh. Okay, go.
Stefan Van Dam Lee asks, you from Chula?
I'm not from Chula. I reside in Chula. I'm from National City. Nasty City. No.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, that's where I went to school and everything. So but yeah, currently right now I'm just currently in Chula.
By the way, bonus points to you if you know where we're filming this.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I forgot to mention, some of these questions were asked multiple times. So if I'm not mentioning your name, I'm sorry. It just means somebody asked it before you did. So I'm still answering your question, but apologies. Andres Batista, you like that? You like that? See, I am Hispanic. Andres Batista said, who's your favorite current Chargers player now and all time?
Okay, well, mine's LT, so.
LT? That's your favorite of all time? And then what about your favorite?
Well, say Seau too, but that was just because like my brother led me onto that. So I feel like as I got into football and my own understood it, it was LT.
Right.
Like that's just the age where I was like, yeah, you know, but.
And what about current on the roster? Who's your favorite player right now?
Phillip Rivers.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Well, yeah. I think everyone can know that, but whatever.
So for me, of all time, I'm going to answer Junior Seau because he was like my hero and my role model like growing up, you know what I mean? Just the passion and the energy and do everything 110% and don't shortcut, like you just effort. But then at the same time, like off the field, he was like one of the greatest dudes ever, like just a nice, genuine guy, you know? Like he actually took the time to like talk to kids on the sidelines. He wasn't too cool for anybody. Like, I don't know. I just want to be that type of person, you know? And then current roster, obviously Phillip Rivers is going to be the fan favorite because he's the man. But I'm always biased towards the wide receivers because that's my favorite position. So I'm going to have to say Keenan Allen is my favorite Chargers player right now.
You know what? I might have to like, okay, favorite obviously Phillip Rivers, but that's obvious. So if I'm gonna do a non-obvious person, it's gonna be Adai.
Jaleel Adai?
Yes.
Because dude, Jaleel Adai is awesome.
He's just a beast and like he's so fun to watch and he's actually pretty funny.
He's animated, he's hyped, and he went undrafted, so you know he's trying to just prove everybody wrong. I'm going with Keenan Allen. Dude is definitely the most underrated wide receiver in the league. Adrian, by the way, this is the dude I did the collaboration with, the Bitter Birds. Link in the description below, you should check him out. Awesome guy. He does like kind of what we do, but like Eagles and Philadelphia sports stuff. Anyways, Adrian asks, is Keenan Allen the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL? And will the Chargers win the AFC West or make the playoffs?
It's possible.
I think the only way the Chargers do make the playoffs is by winning the AFC West. And this is, hear me out, this is a weird situation because it's like they have a better chance to win the division than they do to make it into the wild card.
I just think as long as they keep playing the way they're playing, we have a chance. But if they want to go and take another dump, then that's...
Take another dump. I swear, if the Chargers go take another dump, we ain't gonna make it to these playoffs. Sorry. When Tanya gets upset and passionate, every once in a while she'll randomly get this country accent. She's not country whatsoever.
Shut up.
Brandon Escobar asks, what do you see for Phillip Rivers in the future? I'll let you answer this one.
I see a bright future with the Chargers, not with another team. And if that happens, you know who I'm coming for.
So you think he'll finish his career as a Charger?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if they screw him over like they did LT, I'm gonna have a problem.
What about if they screw him over like they did Eli Manning?
No, they won't do that.
No.
No. I don't per se am fond of Eli Manning, but I don't think that was right at all. But that's a whole nother subject on my topic because this is a different channel. Yeah, no. Phillip Rivers is good. A-okay.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna throw my own question in. How many years of top-notch, like high-level football does Phillip Rivers have, you think?
He's got a couple.
Couple?
Yeah, I think, you know, not that he's on a decline, but I think just for him, he's done what he can, and I think he's had a good career, and, you know, I think ending it sooner than later, like, you know, some people overdo it. It's just, you know, he's got how many kids? He need to be home, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, the commute back and forth is not right.
No.
So, yeah, I would understand.
Brandon also asks, throw in our first Lakers question, change of pace. Did the Lakers make a good pick in taking Lonzo Ball? I know you're fond of the Ball family, Tanya.
I don't really know them, but I don't know. Like, I can't really say. Like, obviously he's on, you know, the team I root for, so I hope for the best. But I just haven't seen enough to be able to, I think, criticize, you know, kind of like give my full
comprehensive analysis.
To give a fair, you know, I don't really want to be like, no, I don't.
Yeah, no, it's a small sample size. He's only played, what, like 20-some games, 20, 25 games? So it's like, how you gonna...
So far, I think, you know, he's had his moments, and I don't think he's terrible. I mean, people are going to talk. They're going to have a lot to say because of the family that I think he's under. The
situation his father put him in.
Well, yeah, but I think it's just wanting something more for your child. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Some people come on a little stronger than others, and that's just, you know, but whatever. They're trying to brand their name and do what they need to do, and hopefully it works out for them. But as far as I know, I don't know.
Too soon?
Yeah, too soon for me. So that question needs to be asked later.
Yeah, you really can't judge right now. Because look at Brandon Ingram last year. I mean, he had a subpar rookie season, and then he dropped 32 the other night against the Warriors. So it seems like he's trying to finally figure it out. It takes time. These guys are young. They're 19-year-olds. Like,
I think as a team, they still need to figure it out.
That too, yeah. It's not like he's going into a complete system where he literally just needs to go in and he's dishing the ball to like veterans and, you know, top-notch scorers. Mr. D asks, do you think San Diego will eventually get over the move to Los Angeles, especially if they make the playoffs? To my native San Diegan, you want to answer that? I feel like you're more qualified to answer that than I am.
I think the people that have gotten over the move are there, but I think the people that chose from the get-go just to not be a part of it, they're not.
Oh, look at them, they're on a little boat.
Well, that is cool.
I
don't know.
I would agree. I think everyone who's made up their mind is made up their mind already. Playoffs or not, that decision's been made already.
Do I think if they were to win a Super Bowl, we'd get some fans? Oh yeah, I see people coming back, and you know, but then I'd also see the haters like, you know.
Couldn't do it for San Diego.
It's both sides. It's always going to be like that. But I think, you know, you just have to respect that the people of San Diego, you know, you have to respect their side of it. And if they choose not to be a fan, then, you know, I can respect that because I had a hard time.
Yeah. George Belmont asks a deep question. Thanks, man. Appreciate the question. If there is something you would like to change in your life or in this world in general, what would it be? I'm gonna treat this like it's like I'm gonna answer in my life and in the world.
Okay.
So I want to see what if your answer matches mine. In my life, the one thing I would change is that I'd live with Tanya.
Yeah, that's my answer.
I knew that was gonna be an answer. Yay, high five. We are trying to move in together, just because we've been dating for
a long time.
A long time.
For years. So it's just.
We met each other. I was 17 and she was 18. Shoot, that was like. That's gonna be 10 years next year that I've known you. Holy cow. We need to live together. The next question, what would you change in the world?
If I could change something in the world, it would be how the world has become so violent and just hateful. Nobody really knows how to be kind anymore. And I think, you know, with all the tragedies and a lot of, you know, devastation throughout the world these days, and just people in general not take things out. If they're going through something, take it out, you know, handle it a different way.
Constructive way.
I think taking people's lives is not I would want to change that in the world. It's just, you know, unnecessary people getting killed, and it's not good to wake up every morning and hear about devastation. So
hear about another attack, hear about another,
and it's worse when, like, you know, people that go through the tragedies, and you know, it's just I really hope for that to be changed and for good to happen, because we really need it. My thing, it piggybacks on your thing. I would change in the world is that I wish people would take the time, and obviously this is very difficult and probably nearly impossible. I wish people would take the time to learn more about other people and other cultures and other ways of life and other ways of thinking, because I feel like so much hate in this world comes from a misunderstanding or a misinterpretation or just a lack of just patience to, like, even think like, okay, here's what I believe, and I strongly believe my beliefs, and I'm set in my ways, and that's fine. Everyone can have their opinion, beliefs, values, everything. But just take a moment, remove yourself from your beliefs for a second, and kind of just try and view somebody else's life through a different lens, and just see what their way of life is and what makes them happy and things like that. Obviously, there are bad people in the world. There just are. That's inevitable. There's people that choose to be bad and that choose to be evil, and there's nothing we can do with that. But like he always tells me, like, we can't live in fear, and we kind of just gotta go, you know, go on with our lives. I don't ever want to live my life to the point where I see something on the news, and because of that I'm afraid to do something, because I feel like once that happens, that person who I have
never met in my entire life, I let them win. I let them scare me into not doing something. And I'm always gonna be aware and vigilant and look around and be aware of my surroundings. But at the same time, like, you can't live your life scared.
To stay on the point of the question, what would we change? We would change the tragedy in the world. We would want to change and try to hope for the best. And, you know, hopefully things get better.
Let's all play nice in the sandbox. Come on, guys. Arthur says, where were you and what were you doing when LT got the single season touchdown record? I'm really upset about this. I gotta tell the story. You wanna go first?
Mine's not anything special. My sister was there at the game. I didn't go. I was at home in my room watching the game by myself, and I just remember my sister called me from like a stranger's phone. I believe like her phone died, I don't remember, but she called me and I just could hear like screaming. I was already like, the moment it happened, I was in my room bouncing up and down, screaming my lungs off,
off the walls.
literally by myself. I was so excited. My sister had to call me and we were just like screaming on the phone, acting a fool. But it was just like one of those moments where I'm like, I'm so glad my sister got to be there and experience it, because even though I was watching on TV, I felt like I was there. I do regret the fact that, you know, I wasn't able to be there, but I think everything happens for a reason. And
we had season tickets. I missed one game that season. That one game that I missed was the game where LT broke the record against the Broncos. I was at home, laying on my couch, covered in a blanket with a pillow, on antibiotics because I had strep throat. I missed it because I had strep throat. And the corner of the end zone where he scored the touchdown was right in front of where our seats were. Plaza level, section 26, row 19, seats what, 14 and 15.
You can just go on YouTube, we watch it all the time. You're fine.
Anyways, I was on the couch just like, yay, because my throat was just jacked up.
Yeah.
This next question comes from a Raiders fan. Shout outs to you. Thanks for asking a question. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll overlook your flaw. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Brown Weddle says, are any of your friends Raider fans, and have you been back to Qualcomm Stadium since the last Charger game there? I do have a friend who's a Raiders fan. He lives in New York currently. Tanya and I went to his wedding actually. Great guy, great friend.
I actually know a lot of Raider fans.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the rivalry, blah, blah, blah. I've never had issues with Raider fans. That's just me personally. I can't speak on, you know, other Charger fans. I don't know. I'm the type of person, I get along with everybody. I don't really have, like, you know, I mean.
I'll be honest with you, we've had more problems with Broncos fans and Chiefs fans than Raider fans.
Yeah.
Like, personally, by far.
We're not, like, crazy, like, oh, no.
Like, oh, you're a Raiders fan, da, da, da. Granted, I would never date a girl that's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, I could never.
Let me put it that way. So, and then the second part to that question, have we been back to Qualcomm since the last game? Well, for those of you not in the know, Qualcomm Stadium is no more. It is now SDCCU Stadium. San Diego County Credit Union. We have not been back. We meant to go to like a San Diego State Aztecs game, because I think that would have been cool to like vlog and go to that, and we never made it to a game. I see it every morning and day after work, you know, right there on my commute. So I see it all the damn time, but no, I will not go back. No, you won't go back? No, I do not want to walk my little butt back up in there. Gotcha. All right. Good to know. Workout on Wheels G says, is Tanya a basketball fan like you? Yes, I am. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, and I've been a Lakers fan. And yeah, I actually took Derek to a game for his birthday, I believe. Tanya actually took me to my first ever Lakers game at Staples Center. Picture is here. So yeah. Thanks, babe. You're welcome. Second part of his question, what are you going to do during the off season? He also suggested we do some basketball stuff, which would be cool. I don't know that we would get totally into, like we're Lakers fans. We're big time Lakers fans. We don't have the need to like tell stories. Like we don't have stories like we do with Lakers stuff, you know? Like Lakers games I've always just watched on TV. Tickets at Staples Center have always been expensive, so it's not like we can like go whenever we want. Yeah, like the one time I did invest, we got good seats, but I don't really want to go to a game if I'm gonna be sitting all the way at the top. Like, as far as basketball and going to a game, I want good seats. Football games is different, but for like basketball, I feel like if you don't have good seats, it's just like,
I'm just gonna go there and eat, you know? I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna be watching on the thing anyway, so why not be at home?
That's true. Watching on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. So.
Although Staples Center's margaritas are bomb.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they were good.
You only need one margarita, you're good. I don't know, we just, like I said, we don't have the stories and the involvement like we do with the Chargers, with the Lakers. So maybe we'll do some basketball stuff, but
I feel like we kind of just go with the flow. I don't think this is necessarily just Chargers or whatever. Like, obviously there's gonna be times when we're gonna talk about the Lakers. There's gonna be times when we talk about the Chargers. Obviously we do all the time because that's something that's a big part of our life. And then we also enjoy soccer. I enjoy NASCAR, but I like just because I enjoy all that other stuff, like, you know, I might talk about it, but y'all might not even know who the hell I'm talking about. So I mean, at the end of the day, we just kind of go. We don't really like forcefully try to, you know, just, we have a lot more Charger videos because we'll be in, oh, let's talk about it, I have something to say, you know.
Yeah,
it just kind of happens.
And that's the thing too with our channel, we make content when we have something to say. And like, I feel like
it's not really drawn out. Like, people plan stuff, and like, you know, we plan the Q&A so you guys can give our questions and we kind of tell you. But yeah, like, our channel's not based off of the Chargers. I know the name is kind of like confusing because it kind of leads you to think like it's a
football channel. Yeah.
Something.
So the TD Diaries, a lot of you, I've explained this before, but I know some of you are newer. So the TD Diaries, it looks like the Touchdown Diaries. It's actually the Tanya and Derek Diaries. So it's basically just us, and then we're big on football, so then it kind of just was a play on that.
It's a big part of our life. So
yeah.
During football season, it is going to have a lot of football. You know, off season, for your question, it's going to just be
whatever we're feeling.
Pretty much, yeah. And whatever is on our mind, you're going to hear it. Or whatever we're doing, maybe we go on vacation somewhere, maybe this or that, and we want to film, we're just going to film it. So it's going to have like a variety of stuff. So I mean, whatever you prefer, just click on that video. If you're not into something else, you know, don't watch it. But yeah, that's just how I think our channel's going. So
Situation Money asks, how does it feel being a Chargers fan through all those disappointing seasons and not having a championship since 1963? Feels great. Wonderful.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Great time.
It's awesome. I feel like we should be, or any Chargers fan who's a diehard for that matter, should be elevated as far as like how much of a fan you are, because we've had to root for a team that's pretty hard to root for. Let
me just tell you guys something, okay? Now, what year was this, honey, that I went through my Great Depression? When they lost that playoff game.
When the season where they were 14-2 and they played against the Patriots.
And they lost, you guys. I will have to say, I've never been through heartbreak. You know, never been through none of that stuff, really. You know, this guy, no. So that was like my first heartbreak, and I took it so hard. Let me tell you guys, I didn't go to school for a week.
True story.
I did not go to school for a week. Like, my teacher called every day. I did not go to school. I told my, like, they knew, because they knew I was a diehard Chargers fan. Like, I don't think they expected me to miss a week, but I honestly, I couldn't get out of bed. It was like I was going through like a major breakup or something, but it was honestly so devastating to me that I just, like, to this day, I'll never forget how I felt. And that will probably be the most heartbreaking moment in my entire life. And it's because you knew, like, right after that, like, the team we had, everyone that was there deserved it. And it's just like you knew that it wasn't gonna be the same after that. I will just say, like, the Chargers definitely have been so many heartbreaks in my life, and it's always been them. And I think that's why I had such a hard time with the transition from them leaving San Diego. Now you guys know why I had such a hard time with it. They've always disappointed me and put me through a lot, more than a guy has, which, you know, it's hard for many girls to probably say that a freaking football team has freaking depressed them. But yeah, that's pretty much been my life, and that's my answer. I'm still here because I believe. You guys gotta believe! You gotta believe! So sit your ass down! That's my team. I don't believe in jumping ship and going to another team. Like, some people jumped ship and went to Raiders, and that's all you know? That's fine. I don't believe in that. So no matter where my team goes, the Chargers is still the Chargers name, so they are my team. And that is that. And I'm gonna root for them, even if I'm an old ass woman and they still don't have a Super Bowl, I'll just be a bitter old woman then.
We're gonna be like laying in our hospital beds, like
hoping for a Super Bowl
hoping like hanging on, and like once the Chargers win that Super Bowl, like, all right guys, I've lived a good life, saw them win,
peace,
I'm out. Raymond asks, do you watch UFC or boxing? We're not the biggest like fight fans, not really into boxing or UFC.
I think he can watch it more. The only reason why I don't like it is because like I don't like to see people fight. It's not my thing. And then the fact that like once their eye gets all weird and like blood and stuff, I'm not into that. Like I feel like I could feel it. I'm not a big fan of that. Like if I see your eye looking funky or your lip or you know you're just
like
looking
it's like
weird.
The forehead's coming out like
see, I'm not into that. I could be in a house and you know like eat, everyone's watching it, I'm eating, you know, that works for me. I don't mind that kind of stuff, but as far as like me being totally into it, absolutely not.
See, and I'm not a big fan. I don't follow either sport, boxing or, you know, Ultimate Fighting. I will say though, I went to Vegas with my friends from the UK. He took us to a UFC 216 in Vegas. Like I said, it's not that I don't like it, because I just don't follow it. But I have an appreciation for it. I have a respect for it. And then especially, I feel like anytime you're on the fence about something, or you need to go to something before you can really make an opinion. Because going to the UFC, like 216, it was an amazing experience. Like, I would have never done it had he not, you know, got us the tickets and taken us. So Josh, Frenzy, appreciate it, my brother. Hope things are good in Birmingham. But it was awesome to be there and experience it, you know, because that's
probably got good food.
Oh,
I like going places for food.
They had a frozen margarita that was just as strong as the Staples Center margarita, but it was a frozen one.
See, I'll go, like, you don't have to ask me twice to go places. Like, I might not be into something, but if they have food and drinks and stuff, I'll be there, you know?
The Bomb asks, if the LA Chargers were to move again, where do you think they would land at?
If they, for Lord have mercy, let me bless you real quick, honey.
Okay.
If they move one more time, I'm gonna have a problem.
If they move one more time, it's gonna be when Spano sells the team and that owner does right by the football universe and moves them back to San Diego. That's my answer. All right, last question. We're gonna finish it out, close it out. What am I doing with my hand? I don't know. The Gaming Lizard 211 asks, what was your favorite Chargers moment in your life? That's a tough one.
There's so many.
There is so many. There's so many memories.
My favorite Chargers moment, like as in a game or as in like when we went to the game and you kissed me unexpectedly?
You can throw that in there too.
That was cute.
Okay. Our first kiss was at a Chargers game, right by Gate E. So right here, Gate E. This is actually where Tanya and I had our first kiss. Like for us, that was
personal wise, that would be my most like cherished.
It was the start of something magical.
Oh shush.
But Chargers moment, like thing that happened, I don't know, it's hard to say because I was there. What was it? I think it was 2006. What was the year where we beat the Colts in overtime and Darren Sproles scored the walk-off touchdown?
9 against the Colts for 74 yards. The Colts are not a blitzing team, but I think they have to now. Here's Sproles. Sproles inside the 10, inside the 5, and the Chargers win the game.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing that sucked is Tanya wasn't there. Her sister was there, and I was so excited I picked up her sister in the air.
As a Chargers moment for me was like when, you know, I got to personally meet them. My sister knew like some of the players' wives and stuff, and then like we got to do like a fashion, like they would always have their annual like fashion show thing, and I actually got to be like help out with it and stuff, and it was like for charity. Like it was the Chargers blood drive thing they would do every year, and one of the years me and my sister got to help out, so that was like nice. So I mean there's so many we could say, but
we
it's
could go on and on and on and on.
I don't know, I think everything is just, yeah, let us hear, you know.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. That's our Q&A. Thank you guys so much for asking your questions. We really appreciate it. Let's definitely do this more often. we're not gonna wait until the next like milestone to do a Q&A. I don't know, this was fun. I feel like I got to interact and like we got to answer, like talk more like about like what do you guys actually want to know. So we'll do another one of these in a little bit. Probably next time I do this we'll source it on Twitter. So if you have Twitter, please follow.
What else?
Oh, coming soon. So another idea that I kind of threw in the universe and we're gonna make it happen. Whatever the Chiefs game is, it's a Saturday night game. We're gonna be doing a live stream during the game. So what we'll do is basically just live from our living room. We'll go ahead and live stream the game.
With our snacks.
With our snacks. And basically just have a live chat. If you guys wanna tune in, kind of hang out, watch the game with us, more than welcome to. And then you could just rapid fire, we could talk in the chat, we could talk about the game, we could talk about whatever you want to talk about while it's going on. It'll be just like we're hanging out, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna make that happen. I just got to get that whole setup configured.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make it happen. Also, a lot of you expressed interest in like the meetup, let's play football. With
the holidays and you know me, I'm too busy, like work, I'm working 60+ hours a week. I just don't have the time. So
probably January.
Yeah.
Probably
I would
January.
say we can try for January. Just leave your comments below when you're available, who wants to do it, and where would be more, you know, where most people are. We need to kind of know your location because I'm willing to play too, and you know, I don't want to miss out. So yeah, just let us know who's down, where you're at, and then we'll kind of see where everyone is and see where would be best to pick the location and stuff.
All the people who are in Southern California, I know we're all spread across all the way from...
Yeah, I don't think anybody's in one specific area.
So we might have to do somewhere in the middle or wherever, like Tanya said, wherever the most people are. But yeah, Tanya will be playing. So for you ladies that want to play out there.
I'll probably be the only one like always. It's the same story, but it's fine.
If anyone knows one of those like meetup apps or something, like whatever the best one to use, because I feel like there's apps out there that you can like all like where we don't have to like exchange numbers and personal information, but we can just all join a group in an app. Maybe we could do that. Let us know. We got to figure this out, but it'll probably be in January. Anything else you want to say?
No, just subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.
And in the Ponca City Blackwell area, 68 degrees today. Winds southerly at about 15 with gusts of 25 miles an hour. Barometric pressure 30.00 and is rising. And no precipitation. We're about a half-inch behind, correction, half-inch ahead for the year, and 1 5300ths behind for the year so far. We'll be looking